Hey everyone, my name is Peter Singh and I'm one of the sales reps here at 401 Dixie Hyundai, and boy do I got a review today for you. We are reviewing this all new 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6 Ultimate Package in the transmission blue color, and boy is it something that you need to all take a look at with me together. So we're going to jump straight into this review and we're going to start off with the front of the vehicle. As you can tell, this car has the new Parametric LED design, full LED lighting, all in this car, inside and outside, so you know you're keeping up to date and future-proofing your vehicle. Taking a look at the black exterior lining here is where you have your parking sensors hidden right into the actual front fascia, which is very clever. Taking a look at the front area, you actually have your active arrow is right over here. These flaps do open and close whenever the car needs to dissipate some extra heat, or when it needs a little bit of extra airflow. It's always there to open and close, which is really futuristic and pretty high tech in my opinion, if you want to ask me. Looking more at the actual safety features of this car does have the 360 blind view monitor, so this car gives full coverage all around the car. And you do have your built-in aluminum Hyundai logo that's actually flush with the actual paint. It looks really premium. I love the way that it is design looks. This car does actually have a front trunk area, which is just a little bit of storage to put a small amount of belongings in there, maybe your portable charger, just enough to get a little bit of storage going for you, but there is way more storage in the rear trunk of this car. Can I open the trunk with the front trunk? No, you have to get into the car to actually open the front trunk of this car, but the key does have access to the rear trunk. And once you see this key, they actually have updated the actual key for this Hyundai car. It's actually a Hyundai H logo right in the actual key, which is really clever. You have all your basic lock features, and this car does have remote summon, so you can actually pull the car forward and back it up as well into tight parking spots if need be. Taking a look at the side of this car, there's a lot to talk about, especially with the wheels. This car does have the 20-inch aluminum machine finish wheels on this vehicle, sitting on your P0 all-season tires. It is Pirelli tiring as well, and it is sitting on 245 40R20s, so you do get a much larger tire on this vehicle, but rest assured it's going to not compromise any of your road quality, because there is quite a lot of tire wall over here, which will mitigate any imperfections on the road. You also do get your locking wheel nuts on this particular model. That's something that we have in all of our new cars here at our store, part of our Ontario protection package. So you get locking wheel nuts, you get mud flaps, you get some protection for the interior car, which we will go over as we get to the inside. Coming along the side of the car, you do get power folding mirrors on this car, so when you do lock and unlock it, they do retract away and come open if need be. So that is a really luxury and upscale market feature that is really cool about this car. And you have your turn signals, once again, which is a parametric design, and you get a little bit of a camera situation going on here for your 360 monitoring. In the mirrors, you also get your blind spot mirroring with that little triangle, which will illuminate orange if ever need be. And you can tell from the side of the car, it is the black window trim on this car, just to give it a more of a sophisticated upscale look. They've decided to go black. The door handles do retract into the car, and they do open with this little touch sensitive square over here. Super easy and super intuitive to do. Just put your finger on it to lock it like that, and then put your finger back to unlock it, and then opening the car is as easy as just pulling on the lever and then getting into the door. We'll go more into the interior of this car shortly, but I'm going to get this closed up and we'll go do a little bit more of a walk around. Coming to the back of the car, it's super sleek. I love the streamlined look of this car. This car is one of the most aerodynamic models on the market right now, with a very, I think it's an industry-leading coefficient of drag on this car. I'm not sure on the numbers. We can go over that in the details. Coming to the rear of this car, there's a lot going on. As you can tell, there's the LED lighting all in this vehicle on the front and the rear. You do get your long light bar, and you do get an auxiliary lighting portion over here, which is integrated into the actual second spoiler. This car has a deck blade spoiler and a secondary spoiler to make it a little bit more aero efficient. Taking a look at the trunk area, you just click this button right here. It is a power folding, power opening trunk in this vehicle, the Ultimate package, and boy is it a big trunk. I could literally put maybe 3 golf bags in here and still have room for maybe some camera gear, maybe a backpack or something. This car is, like I mentioned, equipped with the Ontario package, so you do get a little bit of a protecting cover over here for your rear. You get a little bit of a storage here. This is where your auxiliary charger will be. This will be the level 1 charger that comes with every car, and you get a little bit of tire equipment there. This car does come with the tire mobility kit. Rather than a spare tire, they fitted this with a tire mobility kit. Basically what this does is if you have a flat, you fill it up with this pressurized liquid. It gets enough liquid in your tire to inflate to get to the closest service station, and then you can get your car serviced there. This car is actually not bad when it comes to accessibility in the rear, because it does have the power folding, not power folding, the manual operated folding seats. It is a 60-40 split, so that gives you quite a lot of space if you ever need to put in more cargo. And one thing I like about this is it is a power activated remote trunk close. One button does all the work, and I love the Ioniq 6 logoing here. It's really futuristic logoing, and even the way that they make their cues is really cool. One thing about this car is it does come with the green Ontario license plates, so you can drive in the HOV lane on this car, and it just makes you stand out from the crowd. Let's go to the charging port area of this car. I didn't mention that yet. It is on the right hand side of this vehicle. Super easy to use. You just, I believe it's sensitive, is it? It's key activated, so you open the button, unlock the car, and then put your finger on the button, and it'll open, and you have your charging port right here. You have level 1 up here, and level 2 and 3 DC fast charging is when you take this little piece off, and you can charge it with this double assembly module right there. It does actually have a little bit of illumination indicating how much charge your car has. So this is obviously full charge. It's got 4 levels of it. That's super nice and super intuitive to have, so you don't have to actually get into the car. I really like that about this car. Put this back, close this up with the button. Wow, that is cool. I really like that. I think that's everything for the outside of this car. Let's go around and, let's actually lock the car and unlock it. I'm being pointed to something, but I don't know what. What are you showing me? Oh, you want to show them a remote summit? What are you trying to show us?
There was a button. I don't know if it's on this trim, but there's a button where you can open that port just on the bottom.
Well, the button's not on this key. So I don't know which key you've been looking at, but this particular key does not have that button. Unless they took it off for this particular car. You know what? Let's actually get this car to remote summon. I really want to see how that works. So double click, hold it. Okay, the car should be on, so it is double click of lock and then hold your ignition button. And then if you click the summon button, which is right over here, you have to be, I think, like a meter within the car, and the car will, well, if those guys weren't in the way, but if the car will actually sense the people, it'll actually move forward without me even being in the car. It's as simple as that. It's really cool, and it's really advanced. I love how it just pulls right up if you need be, and then if you let go, it automatically turns off, and then if you want to bring it back, you hold the reverse, and then it releases its brakes. And take a look at that lighting, full LED lighting all across. It's super clear, super vivid, and I love the parametric design. It's really nice to look at. That's everything for the outside of the car. Let's actually get into the driver's seat of this car where the real action is starting, and we'll take it from there. I'll let you get in. We got the sensors going off. We gotta turn that off. How do you turn? Okay, they automatically turn off. I guess it's because it was in automatic mode. Oh God. Okay, so now that we're in the car, now things actually get really exciting. One thing I love about this car is the leather wrap steering wheel. It feels really nice to hold, and the stitching is nice and premium looking. it does have your 10 and 2 grips, which are nice, and then it does have it's actually a D-styled flat bottom steering wheel, which is really nice to have. Looking at the steering wheel, there's a lot going on with this electric vehicle, but it's pretty straightforward. You have on your right hand side, you have all of your media controls, so your voice activated button over here, your next track rocker, a volume knob, which is knurled, which feels really nice on your fingers, taking calls, your favorites button. In the middle over here, you actually have your LED lighting that actually indicates different moods of the vehicles. So right now it's blue because it's in normal mode. If you put it into sport, it'll change to red. If you change it to eco, I believe it also changes to green. So that's really nice to have about this car. Over here on the left-hand side, you have your drive mode button. You click that and it can shift through the different various drive modes. So this car comes with eco, normal, and sport mode, which is really cool to see. And as you can see, it actually is changing right in the middle there. I don't know if the camera picks it up, the different lighting colors, which is really cool. I love that. On the left hand side over here, you have all of your driving assistance buttons. So you have your lane keep assist, your radar cruise control, setting the distance. Taking a look at the rear of the actual steering wheel, you do have your regenerative buttons over here. So minus is over here for I believe it's minus is less regen, so therefore it will drive like a normal car, whereas plus is more regen, which will bring it into the I pedal mode, which will make it basically one pedal driving, which is really cool that all the EVs have. All the stocks on the car are really nicely put out there. You do have a driving stock over here, which changes the drive modes of the car. So you have drive to twist forward for drive, twist backwards for reverse, and then push in for parking. So super intuitive to use and super handy rather than having it in the middle here. It frees up a lot of space. You have over here, you have your window controls, straightforward, easy to use. You have your lighting controls on the left hand side and your signals as well, which this car has blind view monitoring, so it actually pulls up your blind spots in your dash, showing you what's on the left hand side, and then if you signal right, it'll actually show you what's on the right hand side. So I really like that feature about this car. Taking a look at the actual display itself, I believe it's a 12.5-inch display. We're gonna pause this real quick. So back to the review. Sorry about that, my camera girl had to go do a delivery, but I'm gonna take over single-handedly and continue the rest of this review up because there's still so much to talk about this car. I was going over the spec sheet, and this car basically has every single feature Hyundai has to offer in the lineup. It's got things that you wouldn't even imagine were available in Hyundai cars, starting like with something like the Bose premium sound system. You do get, I believe it's 8 speakers with a 6-inch sub as well, so you do get that extra kick in the actual music system in this car. I know the last thing we were talking about was the actual display and the blind view monitor, which is with the signals. Once again, let me show you how that works. Okay, as you can tell, this car has 96% of battery charge, and it's currently sitting at 363 kilometers, which is a lot of range for an EV. Takes you easily into Toronto and back, not a problem. Might be a little bit of a charging situation if you do go up north to Muskoka area, but then again, these cars are used primarily for city driving and city usage and not the long haul trips. I really want to emphasize the door panel over here. It looks super premium, especially to touch. Everything, all the materials are unconventional in terms of the sense they are recycled, and this have this little ripple feeling, which is really nice. Aluminum door handles, which are really nice, which a little bit of gripping on the inside. This one does have memory seating, so you get level 1, memory 1 and memory 2, and then you have your massive aluminum grill here with your Bose logoing there, and you do got your door pockets over here, which are also transparent. That's just interesting. And then you do get LED lighting. As you can tell here, it's currently in red because the door is open, so it does display a red color when you open the door, so that way people around you can see that you are trying to exit the vehicle. Taking a look at the left panel over here, you get a little bit of more buttons here to control accessories to the car. So you got your windows switch toggle over here. You got a little bit of a charging button, your illumination, your electronic parking brake release is right there. This car automatically engages that when you are shifting into drive modes or whatnot. But if you want to manually override and activate it, it is right there. Taking a look at the actual display of this car, it is super intuitive to use, super easy to use, super responsive to use, especially when I'm shifting through all the different menus here. As you can tell, it's just like your iPhone or your Android phone, smartphone, or like a tablet. Super intuitive to use. Everything is touch, so that is something to keep in mind. This car does have the heated and cooled seats, so 3 levels of that. So that's nice to have, keep you nice and warm in the winter and nice and cool in the summer. And this one does have your heated steering wheel button as well, which is into the actual infotainment. I believe it is in the capacitor to display over here. You just click this button, it pulls up your seating and heating options, and then from there you can toggle it. So there's no physical button for that particular feature, but you can quickly access it with that button. It's a shortcut. All these buttons are capacitive. They're all touchscreen based, and they're really responsive as well. You don't have to worry about it doing weird stuff with controls. It just works. It just works for a first generation product. Hyundai has done really good at using similar features in other cars and then integrating them into an EV package. You do get shortcut buttons, which is godsend in this day of age car. Map, navigation, media, and you got your star, which is your favorites. So you can program that to any particular function that you would like. You get a tuner toggle button. I love toggles. I really like using them, and it does push in as well. So up and down and push this in. You have your parking button over here. This one will display all your cameras. So that's easy to use whenever you need to access that. Parking sensor button right over here. Parking button, we'll turn that off. The car is on currently, but you can't tell because it's an EV, so that was always nice to have. Taking a look at the center stock over here, you have your wireless charger, which is NFC compatible as well. You have a USB for input, output if you ever need to wire charge, or if you need to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Coming to the middle of the car, you have 2 full-size cup holders, big enough for medium Coke from McDonald's. Taking a look at the middle over here, you get your center stock. This area is actually quite large, and it does free up a lot of space without there being a drive mode selector. And one thing that Hyundai has done different for this class of vehicle is they put all of your window switching in the middle. So that's something different. It is one touch for the fronts, and it is manual hold for the rear, so that is something to keep in mind. You have your unlock lock button, super nice and easy and convenient right in the middle here. That is takes some getting used to. Auto hold is right over here, which is basically something that holds your brake for you when you're over in the drive-through or at a multiple stop signs. It's really easy to just always come to a full stop, let go of the brake, and then have your car just wait there for you to engage into next action. You get a little bit of a center console over here with 2 USB-Cs. Wow, they're finally coming into Hyundais as well, so that's good to hear. So you do get faster power delivery over there if need be. Lots of spare storage space in the center tunnel here. Normally this is where the axle of the car runs through, but in this car, the EV, there's just a flat battery on the bottom. So there's a lot of space for your purse or bags or some snacks for long drives. As you can tell, this car is coming with the premium Hyundai WeatherTech mats. So that is in the front, in the rear, and it was in the cargo bay as well, the trunk area. Taking a look at the glove box, it's quite deep. It's big enough to hold all the manuals and some wheel locks in there. It's not damped or anything or felted, but it does feel nice. It's just a basic glove box. It's enough to get your job done. Taking a look at the ambient lighting, it has a green ambient lighting currently active, and I love this plastic finish to it. It must be one of the recycled materials that this car uses. It uses a lot of recycled materials in and around the car. Sorry about that, my GoPro battery died, but we're going to carry this review going with my external charger. Taking a look at the seats, I really want everyone to take a look at these seats. They are the light gray interior. They are perforated as well, so you get a little bit of airflow in them. And then I love the new logo design colors that Hyundai is using with the orange and blue. That's really nice color. I love the way the seats look on this car. It gives it a much more premium look and feel. Taking a look at the back seats, quite a big area there. I can't wait to get in the back and show you how much legroom there is, because there is a lot of legroom. Taking a look at the roof of this car does have your optional sunroof. It's not a panoramic sunroof, but it is a moonroof, which is big enough. It is obviously automatic, so it's one touch to open and one touch to, once again, close. And it does have a power activated sunshade as well, so you don't ever have to really take your hands off the steering wheel to get that going. And my Siri keeps talking to me. Taking a look at the top of the car, you do have lighting controls over here, all LED, so they look really sharp. I really like that car. SOS button, your Tomo button, your passenger airbox system light is right there. You do get nice full-sized sun blockers, and they do extend, so that is nice to have, especially when it's in this little corner of sun that's bothering you. They are illuminated up here, which is a manual entry, but when you do close it, it does automatically turn off. I feel like that's enough for the front of this car. I mean, there must be things that I'm missing. You know, when it comes to the nitty-gritty specs of the car, there's a lot that I haven't really touched base on. It has all the safety features you could possibly want, especially since it has the Highway Driving Assist Level 2, which does lane changes. That's really nice. It's near full self-driving. I wouldn't say it's fully there yet, but it is a very enjoyable experience to be behind the wheel of this car and give it a drive. Let's go ahead and get into the back seat. I really want to show everybody what's going on back there with the legroom, and we will take it from there. Coming into the rear of this car, as you can tell, there is a lot of legroom. Just from the entry point, this car has wider hinges on the actual door, so it gives you more of an entry access there. Taking a look at the door panel, we got heated seats in this ultimate trim, level 1 and level 2, which is really nice to have. And then you have your window switching right there, a little bit of a storage area here with a speaker system there, and more speaker system down here. And you do actually get ambient lighting in the rear as well. And once again, it's actually transparent here with your door pocket. Let's get into this car and see what it feels like. So it is quite a solid thunk when you get into this car, and boy, do I have a lot of space back here. I'm 5'7", and I can barely touch the front of this seat. Anybody who's 6 foot could easily be comfortable in here for long trips. I mean, even though this car doesn't go that far, it would definitely be an enjoyable ride for, you know, the casual sports outing, or, you know, going a little bit out of the city. You do get mat pockets, which is nice. I mean, not the biggest. I do like the plastic ones, but it's enough to keep a little bit of storage in there, some knickknacks if need be. Taking a look at the middle, you have your ventilation here for your rear occupants. You have 2 USB-C chargers, so it's good to see that that's trickling into the newer Hyundai products. A little bit of storage space in here. Put your lip gloss or your masks or whatever need to be stored in there. And overall, it's a very comfortable atmosphere. I love the lighter color of this interior. It really gives you a good sense of luxury in here. Taking a look at the rear seats, you do get a folding cup holder area with armrest. Okay, you got 2 cups holders right there. Enough room to put all your supplies. One thing is clever about this car, the seat belts are actually matched to look the same color as the leatherette, which is really nice to have. You have your rear partial self with a built-in speaker system back there, part of the Bose sound system. You have your anchor spots for your tethering, if ever need be to put your baby seat in here. So overall, it's a really nice cabin. I love the interior of this car, even moving into the middle. Lots of room for me to, you know, navigate and move shimmy through this car. It's really easy. I really like this car. That's everything for the review. I mean, I'm sure we could talk about more, and I would love to hear your comments and criticism of this car. I'm sure you guys have a lot to say. There's me for you. That's it for the review, guys. My name is Peter. You know, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm very happy that you actually made it to my channel and are, well, in store for a lot of new car reviews and used cars, because I love all types of vehicles. Let's get this year started with a big review with the Ioniq 6. Can't wait to have other EVs and other reviews on my channel be uploaded shortly. And the rest we'll figure out in the next video. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it answered a few questions. I know it wasn't the most technical aspect review of this car, but you know, the brochure package is right here if you ever need. It's obviously included on the Hyundai Canada website, and it's accessible to all. But if you ever do need a salesperson to help you with the car, you know, my name is Peter. I work here at 401 Dixie Hyundai, and I'm always willing to help out. That's it for today, guys. Look forward to seeing you back on my channel for the next review. Bye for now.